so it doesn't matter. Gosh, I need to stop. Some of the things to look for in a holster, make it a good holster or not a good holster. One of the big things is going to be ease of draw, meaning you got to be able to get that master grip while the gun's in the holster. So you draw out, you're in a fighting position. I can grip the entire gun as it's designed to be gripped from while it's in the holster. If you have one that doesn't allow that, and a lot of these universal type holsters don't allow that, that won't work. So make sure you can get a master grip on the gun while it's in the holster. Also, place the holster where it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be carried right here at this 3 o'clock. If I try and use this one as an abdominal carry, what will happen is I'll come in for the gun, and then as I'm trying to grab the gun, I'm going to torque it inside the holster and make it almost impossible to get out. If I put it behind here in the small of the back or kidney position, I'll never be able to draw the gun because it's designed to be drawn straight up, rocked into a fighting position. Master grip, ease of draw. Comfort of a holster. Remember, in the infamous words of Clint Smith of Thunder Ranch, carrying a firearm should be comforting, not comfortable. Comfort is important because if it's not comfortable, it's incredibly uncomfortable to carry the holster or to carry a firearm in that specific holster, you'll never carry it. You'll make an excuse not to carry today, and then tomorrow you'll use that excuse again, and sooner or later you'll be just another sheep in the public, waiting, depending on somebody else to protect you. You will have lost your ability to defend yourself. So make sure you can, comfort is going to be an issue. A good example of that is, I think I showed this one earlier, if not I will now, is this is a Bianchi inside the waistband holster. I'm not sure if they're still making it or not, but notice how the inside of the holster is almost flat, and almost all of the molding of the holster is on the outside of the gun. That makes it relatively comfortable. It doesn't dig into your body. Now, for me, I get enough stuff, body, that I'm already trying to shove inside my pants. That much more is just going to be that much more uncomfortable. So I'm not a huge fan of inside the waistband, but if you're going to do it, do it. Comfort's going to become an issue. So ease of draw, comfort, and retention. Retention. Let me use another example. This one from DeSantis on a comfort. The inside of this holster, this is a hybrid holster, leather and Kydex. Flat of the holster against your body. Is going to be relatively comfortable. It's got this nice little retention thumb here, so without it, gun's not coming out. You can't pull the gun out. It's not coming. It won't come out. So, but push that little tab, comes right out, no problem. That's good, right? Yeah. The problem is, as far as the comfort level, number one, they put this little guard here to protect that tab, and it digs into your side because it hangs over your belt line, which I think was kind of silly. But that's one of the issues. The other is detectives, plainclothes police officers, that retention may become more important for them because they're going to have to, their gun will be exposed much more commonly, and gun takeaways are a big threat and issue for law enforcement, so that's important to them, that retention. For us concealed carry types, your cover garment is your retention. Cops can run down the street, do cartwheels. Do cartwheels down the street. They can leap over fences, leap over tall buildings in a single bound, and the gun will stay in the place. Me, I'm not doing cartwheels. I'm not going to do handstands. I'm not going to leap buildings in a single bound. I can, of course, because I've got that S right under here. Anyway, yeah. So retention, overrated for concealment holsters, may be important for plainclothes police officers. Fit and form. Notice how this is a holster made for this specific firearm, and it does that job pretty well. Buy a holster that is specifically made for your make and model of firearm. If you have one of the newer firearms, one of the newest firearms out, and you can't find a holster for it, have one custom made for it. Seems like a large expense. There's going to be delay in it. It'll be well worth it. Again, this is one of our holsters. This is our snap holster, and I'll do a review on this one sooner or later. But fits the gun perfectly. We make these for a lot of different types of guns. We can custom make them for some guns. But very comfortable, very versatile. You can do this one cross draw, can do it abdominal carry, can do it strong side, can do it, or I'm sorry, dominant side, can do it kidney carry. Very good holster. Form, it has to maintain its form. This one will maintain its form unless you take it and you stick it on the dash of your car on a hot day. Get this one heated up high enough, and this Kydex, which is starts as a flat piece of Kydex, heated up to a certain point, mold it immediately onto your firearm, and it takes up this position. If you heat it up again, it loses its form and becomes flat. So form is important. One of the things to look at when purchasing a firearm is I'm a big fan of having the mouth reinforced on a holster, because this allows it to hold up. Even in an inside the waistband holster, it'll keep the mouth of the holster so I can reholster the gun as needed. That'll be very important for training, range use. Won't be as important for concealed carriers, because once you draw that gun out, reholstering it is an afterthought. Getting it out quickly is important. Putting it back, take your time. As we say on the range, reholster reluctantly. It's not something you have to be. If you get it, see? Why you want to put your gun away so quick? Maybe your threat's not over. Maybe you've shot that guy and his little buddies are trying to catch up. Maybe he's playing possum and he's pretending he's dead. Maybe doing the trout, and then suddenly realizes that he still has energy to fight, or in his dying breath as he brings his gun back up, and you've already holstered your gun. Remember, reholster reluctantly. You don't have to be fast to hold the holster. Covering the trigger guard. I think I touched on this earlier. It's worth mentioning again. Again, an abdominal carry, one of our holsters, by the way. Abdominal carry right here in the little appendix. I'm sorry, appendix carry. Very important that you have that damn trigger guard covered. That keep that trigger finger off trigger till your sights are lined on target and you made a decision to fire. If I can grab that gun, there's a style, and I apologize if this offends anybody, but it's called the Mexican carry, which is just shoving the gun in your belt line. Yeah, okay, that's great and stupid. So you reach down, you grab the gun, and you pull the trigger, and there goes twig and berries. Maybe one of the berries, maybe both the berries. Maybe the twig becomes a stump. Anyway, bad jokes. Not funny. Would be funny, but it's not funny. Anyway, so make sure any holster you consider has the trigger guard covered. Very, very, very important. As a final note for women, one of the things you guys need to worry about as far as a woman selecting a holster, body size is going to be important. Body size is important for everybody. As we age, we tend to grow in size. Women tend to worry about that more than men do. Men, we just get fat and say, oh well. Women actually try and maintain their size. But body size is going to be important in selecting a holster. One of the other interesting points that most women don't consider or aren't aware of, or don't consider they're aware of it, is hip to armpit distance. On guys, we've got a nice lot of real estate there. We can grab a gun and come right up here in the armpit. We can get that gun out. But when a woman's hips ride so much higher, and they've got it's going to be really uncomfortable for them. Women hips obviously tend to be a bit wider than men, which is a good thing. I like that. And they're higher. Us guys, our belly button to belt line is generally about 4 inches, about the width of your hand. About 4 inches below your belly button is your belt line. Women generally tend to wear their belts around almost at their belly button, except for you young women who want to wear that low-waisted jean stuff. I got a personal issue with those. I like hips. When you take a belt line, you put it around the middle of the hips. I think it ruins the anyway. But be aware of that. If you have women with that higher belt line, the hips flare out, therefore the gun rides into the side. So they've got to twist their body sideways to get the gun out of the holster. And that's for the draw stroke. Prior to drawing that firearm, the gun's going to be pushing into the small of the ribs, the floating ribs down here. That's not going to be comfortable for most women for very long, and they won't carry their gun anymore. So women generally tend to find appendix carry works better. Just behind the hip works well for them. Those two places. And actually, women also have that nice advantage. They have a built-in shelf for a gun. So as the shirt comes out a little bit, if you wear a loose shirt, it gives you that empty void space right here along your waistline to be able to conceal a firearm. So physical strength may also become an issue if the gun's has too much friction, may become an issue. Some of the issues look for with women with holsters. There you go. And in closing, I want to cover a couple things. One, like I said at the very beginning of this video, like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. It's really easy to subscribe. There's a little down there with the show notes. Hit subscribe, make all your friends do it, blackmail them. You know, you've got to have some dirt on your friends somewhere. Just tell them, you know, subscribe or else. I'll let everybody else know what you do. And anyway, blackmail them, force them, just subscribe. It'll be fun. It's worth it. Like us on Facebook. Good information out on there. And a couple things, a couple of the videos I want to do here before too long. One of them is going to be on this new product I recently received called Ramrod's Barrel and Breech Cleaners. It's a cleaning accessory for firearms. Haven't used it as much as I want to yet. I want to do a couple more guns on it. So far, I'm pretty impressed with it. I think I'm going to like the product, but I'll let you know if I like it or not, and what's good and what's bad. But Ramrod's cleaning accessories look to be worth it. So I'm going to do a review on them before too long. And then the fun one. I'm going to do a video on this SCAR 17S 308 semi-automatic rifle before too long. You get one of these, you gotta do a review on it, right? Have fun with it. So give this a shot, see how it, no pun intended. But yeah, gotta do one of these too. This will be one of the fun ones. Got some more mags coming in. Yeah, it'll be fun. So anyway, like us, subscribe to us, and remember, always remember, hope is not a strategy.